Well, you know, when I was sitting watching the news, I could see there was obviously in Ukraine with terrible trauma and war with these poor people. But they also have animals, you know, dogs, cats and horses. And they've lost everything. They've lost their home. They have no jobs. They have no money. And they had left their horses and animals behind. I mean, they lived in hope and just let the horses go loose. And we have a hub just sort of 30 minutes from the border of Ukraine, near Lviv. And what we have a girl called Charlie Thornico, a young girl who took over the hub, English girl, running it. She's from a military background and she'd been working in charities in the UK. She went over there for 3 days just to help them out. She's been there for 6-7 months now. And she's rescued, within a group of us, over 400 horses to get them across the border. And what they have, horses have chips in them and passports, and these people let them loose. And we try and reunite the horses, you know, but they're in a terrible state. You know, even the dogs are in a terrible state. You can imagine.
But I mean, the whole history of, well, animals and war, you know, we now understand more about this than perhaps we used to, but particularly horses in war, you know, horses in war. And for those watching this on television, you can see some of the animals in Ukraine. But horses in war, and I've read accounts, you know, of people serving on the Western Front in the First World War, you know, saying that actually the distress to the animals upset them as much as the distress to their fellow man. I mean, something like 8 million horses died during the First World War. And with the Nazi invasion of Ukraine and Russia, probably even more horses died in World War II. So, you know, horses, mules, donkeys, they paid a terrible price in war, haven't they? Yeah,
to help mankind.
Yeah.
And it's very, very sad, and it breaks my heart. And we're kind of going through the same sort of thing. But, you know, we rescue people as well as the horses.
Yeah.
We rescued a couple that the daughter, she had mental health problems through COVID. Her mother and her escaped Ukraine. Russians had invaded their village and they had to flee with their little dog and a horse. And we've managed to get them to our Holland hub, which you've just seen on the TV there, across to Portugal, and found them a wonderful home. And that's a great story, but there's so many, well,
you've done what you can.
All you can do is your bit, can't you?
And you can't do any more
and the
than
British
that.
really have stepped up more than any other country.